Hello, galactic travelers, cosmic crew. What's up? Yes, I'm feeling better. So, today we're going to talk about numerology. I've been on some live videos and I've seen people asking about numerology, and so wanted to do this live, but because everything's backwards when you do it live, we got to do it recorded, okay? So, numerology. Numerology is the resonance of a number assigned to letters. Names, then, right? Names of things, words, what we call things. And again, it's all about calling in energy. So it's very important on what we call things. And this is why people get so tripped out when we get conscious about what words really mean. Gematria, and even, for instance, in the Bible, if we look here, you have J. J has the resonance of what? One. Well, that's a masculine energy. One is the masculine energy. So in the Bible, when we call Jesus, right? Those J's were put in front of a lot of those words in order to dumb down the energy and to dumb down the resonance on purpose. So even the name Jesus is, if when we pray to Jesus or we use the word Jesus, the resonance, the sound that's getting to that dimension that we're reaching, right, is dumbed down. If we use Yahshua, right, then you're starting with a 7 energy, which is what? Divine, right? So when you go and you look up these numbers, and this part's really easy, right? You can go look these up on the internet and angel numbers and what do these numbers mean. So you can also do this technically, right, with different websites and things, but I think we lose, and it's not I think, I know, we lose some of what we are trying to gather from those websites sometimes. So I wanted to show you guys the old-fashioned way of doing this and why, and what it shows. This is part of the readings that I've been doing, and because this is what you named yourself, because this is the resonance, just like your natal chart. You know, your natal chart comes in with these certain energies with your planets and where you picked your natal charts, because you planned that chart. That's your plan. Your soul planned that chart. Well, your soul picked your name. So what does it mean? And then even after that, then what does it mean whenever we change our names? Because just like, you know, the dumbing down of resonance, when the matriarch, if I'm a woman and I'm carrying a high resonance name as a birthright, then it was our process in humanity to go change all the names. And so then I lose that resonance. And so therefore I lose part of that signature, right? So this was some other things, you know, that I know that we're, you know, as a society, we'll start looking at a little bit more. Do we want to keep changing our names? You know, because on the matriarch side, that's where all the kings and that's where the bloodlines typically came through, was the mothers. So of course we would want to change those, right? So we'd have a hard time tracking it. Hoot hoot. So back to this though. So even like your spiritual name or a handle, nickname, whatever, you want to look at what it is that the resonance that brings. So the old school way of doing it is to 9, and I know that there's been some debate thinking that this goes to 13. Well, when you do numerology with the alphabet, right, the English alphabet, we go to 9, all right? And then when we add them up with numerology, you go to master number 13, because 10, 11, 12, 13 are like your master decan numbers. They exist by themselves, but then we add them up. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute, but I just wanted to point that out. Okay? So I write this down, like I've got this on the back of my binders because I'm constantly looking at names of even when I go to meetings, I look at their name for sure, especially last names, to see, you know, what's the resonance, get an idea of what type of person I'm working with, and what their energy is, signature is. So I hope you guys wrote this down. The soup, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Notice this right here. I thought this was, because I never wrote it like this. I usually write it out like this, and this time I wrote it like this, and we've got sly as a fox on number 6. And another thing here, we're one short with the 9. So we've got I and R, right? Your 9 energy, again, is your change agent. So if we look at, you know, everything that is in line with science and quantum physics and energy, right? We have the 3, the 6, which makes the 9. So these are your catalyst numbers right here. Okay? These are catalyst numbers. C, right? Your Christ, your Christian. And we can go all through this. But I want to do this real quick because we're going to break down. So just write it. We're going to break one down together. And I really wanted to do this live, but I can't because the board looks completely ass backwards whenever I do it live. Right? Isn't that weird? When it's recorded, it looks straight. I know everyone's sending me things saying, hey, everything's backwards. And I'm like, well, it's because it's live. That's why our lives are backwards right now. All right. We're going to do Cosmic Christie right now. And I haven't done it in a long time, and I just did, and it's so cool. Okay. So C is a 3. O, and again, you're just looking at the table. So I'm doing this backwards. O is 6. Now, since this is a vowel, I'm going to carry this 6, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this later, okay? So on the vowels, I'm going to put that number up top as well. And then I've got S, which is 1, M, which is 4, an I, which is a 9, and we got another 9 there because it's a vowel, and then we go to C, 3. We know C, 3, 3, 3, 3, dot, 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 9. I don't know if y'all caught that. Okay, H is 8, 9. We've got another I, so that's 9, 1, 2, and another 9, and that's 9. Yes, I have a lot of 9s. I am a change agent. 9 dimension. Okay, so this is the part that I feel like we lose sometimes whenever we just go plugging things into technology and giving this number at the end. We lose some of the magic. And what I mean by that is, especially when I'm looking at doing readings and looking at people's names, I can tell who's really into, who gets number messages, who's into numerology and gematria, by your soul, what you named yourself. Because I did a family recently, 3 children, and it was amazing. You know, you have three words in a name, typically a first, a middle, and a last name, and all 3 of her kids equaled 77. It was crazy. Exactly 77. So, you know, go take a look at some of this. It's going to trip you out. So what I mean by these patterns is this. Here we have 8 and 3. So this is 8 plus 3 is what? 11. I'm going to switch markers here. Is 11. 9 and 9 is 18. 1 and 2 is 3. Now, just because my name happens to, be a letter short from Christ, isn't that interesting? So 11, 18, and 3. 11, which we know, it signifies, the master numbers. Change is a huge part of the awakening process. The twin flame, 11 number. 18, again, another 9, a change agent. And then 3, the catalyst number. And when you add these up, 11 plus 18 plus 3, for just Christ, you get 32. 32, which equals 5. I did it. I did the math, okay? So here we go. 11 plus 18 plus 3 plus 9 for Christy, since we're down here. I know I'm doing this ass backwards. And that gives us 41, which also equals 5, which I thought was super interesting, right? Because I had an extra one on the end, but okay, still equals 5. Then, but what I see with other people's is sometimes like it'll be 3, 3, 9, 9, or it could be 3 plus 8, and then on this side it's 8 plus 3. So it's like 11, 9, 11, 9 in their names. Like you see all these crazy patterns that start taking place. And this one, not so much. Okay, cosmic, if I add all of the cosmic up, I'm going to equal 26, which is an 8. So these used by themselves, cosmic is an 8, which makes sense, right? Cosmic, infinity, that is the infinity symbol. It's cosmic, it's completion. And Christy by itself is a 5, which is mostly associated to change, a change agent, right? And that's very true. Change is for real. So then if I add up, but then what you want to do, right, because you got 2 plus 6 is how I got 8, just in case you guys didn't know that. So even though it's 41, then you still add the 4 plus 1, and that gets you a 5. So if this was 43, then we would do 4 plus 3, then that would equal 7. And this is, you get it down to one number by adding those up. So if there was 3, let's say the total was 123, then you would go 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 equals 6. And 123 has the tone of 6. So let's add these up. So if we've got 26, so we do 26 with cosmic plus 41 from Christy, and we get 67. Wouldn't you know that cosmic Christy equals Master Decan 13 bloodline, bye-bye, right? The 13 Ophiuchus coming back, which I thought was super cool because I didn't even know until I just did this again. I know I did the numerology when I set up Cosmic Christy, but I didn't remember. Okay, so add up your name and you get an overall. And that overall gives you your tone for the use of that name. Naming your business, naming your dog, naming anything, because we're calling it in, right? And that's resonance. So why did I do this with the vowels? Well, the vowels are what we use for your soul urge, is what it's called. And this is really cool. I knew this, but then until I got activated and started really understanding more of my starseed origins and just more starseed everything, right? Different, there's no language, it's all tonality. It started making sense because the vowels make the tones. So, for like Cosmic Christy, if I'm only looking at the vowels and these are keys, notes, tones, then Cosmic Christy is you know, O-I, because it's O-I, because it's O-I, right? My name, Christy, with my middle name, which is Renee, and my last name is, even my birth name is I-E, is the vowels. So that's your soul's number. So let's see what the soul resonance for Cosmic Christie is. And this is more like what our star seed origins, how they might connect with us more through those energetic pathways of these number resonances. What might they call us, right? So 6 plus 9 is, anyway, if I add them up, 6 plus 9, well, it's actually, what I did is 6 plus 27, because it's 9 times 3 is 27, plus 6 equals what? 33, which tripped me out. So the soul urge for Cosmic Christie is 33, which is the master number for the old human, right? If you see 33 a lot and you see 33, this is a numerology again, but the 33rd degree Mason, the reason that they only had 33 degrees was because that was the plateau for the evolution of humanity of the age of Pisces that we are just now coming out of, right? The new galactic human is actually number 44. And that's why so many of us see 44 all the time. And it's in a bunch of different people's YouTube names and everything else. So the soul urge for Cosmic Christie is actually 33, which also is 6. So 13, 33, and 6. So I think I did a pretty good name. Did a good job, soul. Did a good job. Good job. We named ourselves good, right? But we all have these little these things within our names. So check it out. And can I get a hoot hoot? I love you guys. Be back in just a little bit. And don't forget, if you want to get any starseed readings, it's Coco at cosmicchristie.com. I'll talk to you soon.